Hello everyone, welcome to FOC class 12. Today we are going to start part 5 of Fundamentals of Java Programming for class 12 IT. So let us begin. First of all, let us talk about what we are going to study today. We are going to cover the topics switch statement, repetition structures, while statement, style tip, loops. So we will be discussing the two main topics, which is switch statement as well as while statement. Both of these are very important in your syllabus. So we will be covering these topics today. Let us start with our first topic, switch statement. The switch statement is used to execute a block of code matching one value out of many possible values. Basically, here in this switch statement, basically we switch between the values. Means there are many given values, many possible values, and any one value which is matched, its block of code is executed. So it is used to execute the block of code which will match that one value out of many possible values. This is the syntax given here of switch statement. Switch, then in bracket expression. As I already told you, in expression we generally specify the condition, but here we specify a kind of variable or the term which we are going to switch between. Means the values which we were talking about here, that we have many possible values. So basically we are talking for this expression because it has many possible values and we have to select any one out of these given values. This constant 1, constant 2, out of these values any one, we select the matching with this expression. And these are the statements that are going to be executed whichever case is matched. Then here a break statement is also there and a default statement is also there. We will be discussing their use also. Let us move further. So here it is the syntax. Let us talk about what is the use of various expressions here. Within the switch statement, there can be many case statements. As you can see here, these dots represent that there can be many cases just like these two cases. This is case constant 1, then case constant 2. Like this, many cases can be formed in the switch statement. There can be many case statements. The expression is compared with the constants in each case group and the matching case group is executed. So as I just told that this expression has many possible values and these possible values are all these values which are provided after the case. So whichever case is matched, whichever value is matched with this expression, its block of code is executed. Means suppose if the constant 1 is matching with expression, then the statements of case 1 will be executed. If constant 2 matches with expression, then statements of this case will be executed. If the expression evaluates to some constant equal constant 1, the statements in the case group constant 1 are executed, as I just explained already. The break statement after each case group terminates the switch and causes execution to continue to the statements after the switch. Means, suppose if here in this case, first case, the constant 1 is not matching with the expression, then how will the statement move to the next statement or the next case? For this purpose, we use the break statement. This break statement tells that this case is over, it is terminated, and we have to move to the next case. So, for this purpose, we use this break statement. If there is no match for the expression with any case group, the statement in the default part are executed. Means it also may be possible that whichever values we provided in these cases, it may be possible that none of the values match with this expression. So what happens in that case? In that case, the statements in the default part are executed. The expression in the switch statement must evaluate to byte, short, int, or char. So these are the four data types which are accepted by the expression in the switch statement. Means if you are writing any expression in this switch statement, it must have any of these four data types. Anyone out of these data types will not be accepted and there will be an error. Now let us talk about the example of switch statement. Here in this example, first of all, we have created a separate class for explaining the example. We have created the class with name switch statement. I have already explained in my previous videos about how to create new project, how to create new file. All these things have been explained in previous videos. So please watch them if you are not aware with them. So let us see this example. First of all, we have written the package statement, then public class statement, and then public static void statement. Then we have started the main coding, which we are going to write using the switch statement. Now here int today is equal to 5. So first of all, as I already told in the variables topic, that whenever we are going to use the variables in Java, we have to declare them and also initialize them. Declaration is very important. Without declaring any variable, if you are going to use the variable in Java, so there will be an error. So here we have declared this variable and its data type is int, means it is integer. So also we have initialized it and its value is 5. Then we have taken another variable string and it is its data type is string and the variable is day. Now we have started with our switch statement. Also we have provided a system.out.println statement for printing this statement. Let us see it. Switch, then as you must remember, we write expression after switch. So here our expression is today. We already discussed that this expression must evaluate to byte, short, int, or char. So here the expression is evaluating to int. After that, we have provided 7 cases and at the last we have provided the default statement also. Also, you must note that after each case we have provided the break statement also, so that each case is terminated also. In case 1, the day is equal to Monday, means if the case is matching with the value 1, then it should execute Monday. Like these, all the values are given, and also in the default part, the day is equal to incorrect day, means if any of the day is not matching, means if this today is not matching with any of these case, so the default statement means incorrect day will be printed, because here in the system.out.println statement we have given day, so means day will be printed whichever day it will be. And also here we have initialized it. We have initialized today. We have given its value as 5. So where is 5? This is the case with the value 5. So it means day is equal to Friday. So let us see what is the result of it. When you save the application and run the application, then you can see the output is Friday. So the case matching with 5 was Friday, so the statement Friday is printed here. Now we have already explained all these points in the previous slide. Let us have a quick look on them. Since the expression in the switch is the variable today, which is equal to 5, the case corresponding to the constant 5 is matched. We discussed that the expression was today and it was equal to 5. So the case that matched which is constant 5, it is matched. So the statements in case 5 are executed, which set the variable day to Friday, because this variable that was going to be printed was day, and in the matching case it was Friday, so Friday is printed. The break after the assignment causes the switch to terminate. As I told that after each statement break is also there. Why is it there? To terminate the statement. Next, execution of the statement after the switch, that is the system.out.println statement, takes place, which prints the value of the variable day. Here only the case was matched. We also wanted that the case or the matching statement should be printed. So for this purpose, we used this system.out.println statement, and it printed the day, that is Friday. If the variable day was set to 10, then since 10 does not match any of the case statements, the default case would be executed and the output would be incorrect day. Now, if we change the value of today from 5 to 10, then since 10 does not match any of these values because these values are from 1 to 7, so it will match none of the values, and we have read that when none of the values are matched, then the statement in the default part are executed. So what will be the output of this coding? So the output is incorrect day because none of the case was matched. So the statement in the default part are executed and the statement was incorrect day. So it is printed here. Now let us move to our next topic, repetition structures. When writing programs, you might need to perform the same sequence of statements repeatedly until some condition is met. The ability of a computer to perform the same set of actions again and again is called looping. Looping is a very common term that we all have heard in our daily life, especially when we are talking about computer. In relation to the computer, we generally heard about looping. So now we are going to study about this looping. We are going to study about various loops. It will be a very interesting part. Let us start with it. So when do we require looping? Basically, sometimes we want that same sequence of statements, means the same coding is executed repeatedly until some condition is met. Means we have specified some specific condition, and we have also specified in the code that until that condition is satisfied, the statement should be repeatedly executed. So the ability of computer to perform this task again and again is called looping. The sequence of statements that is repeated again and again is called the body of the loop. So here we were talking that we want to execute the same sequence of statements repeatedly. So these sequence of statements are called or are included in the body of loop. The test condition that determine whether a loop is entered or exited is constructed using relational and logical operators. Now, how will the coding know or the computer know that we are going to enter or exit the loop? Basically, it will be constructed, the test condition will be constructed using the relational and logical operators, which we have already studied. We will construct this test condition using these operators, and these operators will tell or will determine whether the loop is entered or whether it is exited. A single pass through the loop is called an iteration. For example, a loop that repeats the execution of the body 3 times goes through 3 iterations. Means whenever we are going through the loop, then a single pass, one single pass will be called as iteration, and how many iterations we do or how many times we are going through that loop, they will be counted as iterations. If we are going through the body 3 times, we are executing it 3 times, then It will be known as 3 iterations. Now, Java provides 3 statements for looping. First is while statement. We are going to study about this statement in detail today, and we will be studying the rest of the 2 statements, do while and for, in the next video. The while statement evaluates the test before executing the body of a loop. This is the structure of while statement. Here, after the keyword while, we have provided an expression. Basically, this expression is a test condition which is evaluated first, and after this evaluation, the body of the loop is executed accordingly. Means if the test condition is satisfied, then the statements are executed, and if the test condition is not satisfied, then the statements are not executed. Now let us talk about the example of while statement. Here we are going to make a program to print the squares of number from 1 to 5. So here are few steps that we have to follow to make this program, means to print the squares of numbers from 1 to 5. Our first step is initialize number equal 1. In the while statement, initialization is an important step. We have to initialize the specific variable. Here we have taken the variable number and we are going to initialize it, and its value will be 1. Test if the number less than or equal to 5. As I just told in the previous slides, that we construct that expression, that test condition, using the logical or relational operator. So here we have used this relational operator for constructing our test condition. So in the second step, we are going to construct the test condition using the relational or logical operator. So in the second step, we are going to test if the number is less than or equal to 5. If yes, print the square of the number, increment number, number equal number plus 1. Go back to step 2. So if this condition is true, means if it is yes, then print the square of the number and increment number, number equal number plus 1, as we are doing looping. So in looping we also have to move forward. So after finishing a particular iteration, the loop has to return back to the first step. So for that, the statement is also provided, and here the statement is increment number, number equal number plus 1, means we have to increase the number's value by 1. So for this we have used this statement. Now we will go back to the step 2. Why we are not going to step 1? Because the number that we have initialized, it will remain the same, only its value will be increased. So we have to proceed to the test condition. That is why we are going back to step 2. If no, exit the loop. If the condition is not satisfied anywhere, this condition in the second step, if it is not satisfied anywhere, then we exit the loop. This is how looping works. This is the body of the loop, and this is the test condition, as I already told you. Now we have already learned how the looping works. Now we are going to do this coding in Java to make our program. For this, we have first of all created our class while statement. Here is the coding. First is package statement, then public class statement, then public static void statement. Now here is the main coding. Let us discuss about it. First of all, we have initialized the variable. Here our variable is number and its data type is int. We have initialized its value as 1. Then we are starting our while statement. After while, we have provided the expression. What is the expression? it is the test condition. So here the test condition is number less than or equal to 5. This is the test condition. Then here in the curly braces we have provided the statements that are going to be executed if this expression evaluates to be true, and if this expression evaluates to be false, then the loop is executed and these statements are not executed in that case. So here the statements are system.out.print square of plus number, and then system.out.println equal to plus number multiply number. As we talked in the very beginning of Java programming, that there is a difference between these two statements, system.out.print and system.out.println. Basically, this second statement is used to print a new line after the execution of the statement following it, and this statement, first statement, is used to print the next line in the same line in which the statement following this statement is executed. So here we want that we should print square of and then the number which we are going to do the square of, and then we have to print equal to in the same line. So for this purpose we use system.out.print, and then we have to provide the square. How do we get the square of any number? We multiply the number by itself. So here we are multiplying the number by number so that we get the square of the number. So here we will be printed with the square of number is equal to the square of number. Here we have written plus plus number. Why have we used this? Let us discuss about it in further slide. First of all, let us see its output. Here we have seen the result. The output is square of 1 equal 1, square of 2 equal 2, square of 3 equal 9, square of 4 equal 16, square of 5 equal 25. We were to make a program for printing the squares of number from 1 to 5, and here you can see we have successfully made our program. Now how this looping works, let us discuss about it. The use of the plus plus operator is to increment the value of the number. We have already discussed about the rest of the coding. Only the remaining statement was plus plus number. So let us discuss about it. Basically this operator, as we already discussed in the operators topic, that this operator is used to increment the value. So we are using this operator to increment the value of the variable number. Also, we can write this statement as number plus plus. These both statements will have the same effect as the statement number is equal to number plus 1. Means both of these statements are going to increment the value of the variable number by 1. The effect will be same, but the process with which they are going to increment the value, that process will be changed, which we will be discussing further. Now let us move to our last topic of today, style tip for loops. First is indent your loops. Begin the statements in the body of the loop with a tab or spaces inside the curly braces. This will make the code easier to read, understand, and debug. The NetBeans IDE automatically provides code indentation. So, the first style tip for loops, so that our loops look more interesting, they are more easier to understand, to read, and to debug. Means whenever we are going to make any mistake, then we can easily debug if the code is indented. So what is indentation? You must have already studied about it in any word processing software or any other. So basically in indentation, we provide some space, some margin like this, so that our whatever we have written, it looks more readable and we can understand that easily. So here we indent our loops, means we begin the statements after giving tab or space so that the statements look more readable and we can understand them easily. Also, if there is some error, then we can find it out easily. You can see here the difference between the indented code and the non-indented code. Here this looks more readable and we can understand it more easily because we have begun the statement after providing some space, and here we have provided no space, so it may be a little bit difficult to read and understand. Also, the NetBeans IDE provides automatically the indentation. We do not need to do it separately. The NetBeans IDE will provide you automatically. Here is our second style tip for loops. If there is only one statement in the body of the loop, the set of curly braces enclosing the body can be omitted. Means, as we studied in the syntax or the structure of while statement, that after the expression we were providing the curly braces for the statements, but it is not necessary to provide those curly braces when we are only having one statement in the body of the loop. If there is more than one statement, then you must provide the curly braces, but if there is only one statement, you may omit those curly braces. Here in this example, there is only one statement, so we have omitted those curly braces. Thank you. That was all for today. I hope this video was helpful for you. If you have any doubt in this video, please let us know in the comment section or on the Telegram app. We'll meet you soon in the next video. Till then, bye bye.